Correct, na? So, JSP again built upon Java servlets area. So all the features of the servlets and our core Java features are also available in the JSP. So that is why the reason we are using JSP. The main thing is we can create a dynamic content using JSP. So as I told you, this can be integrated with the servlets. JSP can be integrated with the servlets. So JSP pages can be used in combination with the servlets that handle the business logic. That handle the business logic. Okay. The model supported by Java servlet templates. Yes, it is an integral part of Java Enterprise Edition. So Java JSP is nothing but very integral part of the Java Enterprise Edition, a complete platform for enterprise class applications. So we can use this JSP in a very simple web application or in any complex web application. So JSP plays a very much important role. It can play a very much important role. Yes. What are the advantages? Other advantages you can just look at versus pure servlets. So it is more convenient to write and modify regular HTML than to have plenty of println statement that generate the HTML, is it not? As of now, you're using servlets to send a response. You're getting lots of println statement to generate HTML code. Instead of that, we can write the regular HTML. So that's easy, is it not? When compared to servlets for response. This is because of their own what is called as ASP. Okay, ASP.NET. So they are telling the advantage of that. So these JSP files will be saved with the extension .jsp. It is not .java. It will be saved with the extension .js. Okay, and it efficiently controls the dynamic content generation. And of course, it uses the Java programming languages, right? Plus libraries. It uses HTML for presentation of pages and Java to access the dynamic content. Okay, the presentation is designed with the help of HTML and Java code to access the dynamic content. So you can just see here, a JSP page consists of a static content data normally started lies on a server. Of course, when it came earlier, the web paging is used to work on static content and JSP programmer used to design the dynamic content. But today, both has to be done by the single person only. Okay. So you can just see how client is requesting for the JSP page and server will give the response. This is directly executing of JSP page. This is directly executing a JSP page. But when you think of this project, the thing of the project, web application, JSP page is executed from which one? You are directly integrated. So the thing about the web application, you will execute as a JSP page. I think I explained before taking the slide. HTML. So when you get into the application, JSP file so we know about server. We know about object. The computer works on what? Input from the output. Same thing, business and response. No. I'm using a web application. Web application's main business logic is what? Survey. The response is coming through what? Response is coming through what? JSP. Request HTML. Process is servlet. And response is what? I'll not tell this again. Okay. First of all, first of all, you should be knowing why are you learning this? What are you learning this? Web container. Is it not? So where is web container? Within that web container, we have something called as JSP engine. The web server needs a JSP engine that is a container to process JSP pages. Okay, so there it was web container or a servlet container, and here we have a JSP engine. So JSP container is responsible for intercepting requests for the JSP pages. Okay, here we have a JSP container. So this will provide the runtime environment for processing your JSP pages. Which one? The JSP container or the JSP engine. So this can understand the special elements that are parts of JSP. What is special elements? Okay, these are called as special elements. So JSP engine can understand the special elements. There's nothing but JSP tags which are used to process your response. So normal HTML tags, you know that, right? Only HTML tag will have this much. But here you have the percentage symbol. The normal HTML tag is like this. Here we have H1. For example, here we have a Java code. Here we have a Java code. For example, I can write int a is equal to 10. I can just write that. Int a is equal to 10. I can have a for loop. And it can be not in a single line. My class can open here. Okay. And it can close here. So within this, I can write a series of Java code. Here I can write a series of Java code. Okay. So the client can be anyone, the typical JSP contains JSP files and web application. You can just see the web server and it is connected with the database server. Okay. So JSP files are always stored back in a server as we saw in which one? Servlets. In servlets also all it is stored where? In the Tomcat server. So the clients are making a request to internet and it is getting the response. Okay. So JSP files are also running on a server. It runs on the server side. Yes. So how we are making a request? We are making a HTTP request. HTTP protocol. So as with the normal page, your browser sends a HTTP request to the web server. The web server recognizes that HTTP request for a user JSP page and forwards it to the JSP engine. So just understand, if it is a server, it is connected to the submit engine, and if it is a JSP, it is connected to the JSP engine. It might be from the client, it might be from the server, or the JSP part. Okay. So just you need to understand that it is processed by the JSP engine. But the main thing is here, the JSP engine loads the JSP page from a disk and converts it into a servlet content. Internally, we will not be knowing that all the JSP pages will be converted into a servlet. All the HTML tags or servlet tags are converted into all of the print statements in them. Because it is built upon servlet. That is why any JSP page will be converted into servlet, and all the content text is converted to print statements, and all JSP elements are converted to Java code that implements the corresponding dynamic behavior of the page. Okay. So all the text content is converted to all the print elements. So as you in servlet. Plus Java. Another code is converted to Java for generating the dynamic. So this diagram tells you that. So just look here. The client is making a request for hello.jsp. Hello.jsp. Next, the server with the JSP container. Okay. So the server is reading that. Third case, that hello.jsp is connected to what? Servlet internally. Okay. And it is compiled to the java.class file. Hmm? Okay. Then it is executed, and we are sending a HTTP. So as a service, service initial sorry, the initial the product service, which is the service method of the servlet. You can do post, do delete, etc. Then it is destroyed. Here also JSP file as a life cycle can be defined as entire process from its creation till the destruction. Compile, initialization, execution, and cleanup. So these are the life cycle stages of a JSP: compilation, initialization, execution, and cleanup. So the methods are same. So remember, these are the life cycle methods. The previous slide we saw the stages. This is the life cycle method. Here also we have initialization, the main logic. So you can just see the request life cycle and the response. So that is what we will say. Service, and it is destroyed or it is shut down. So here also we have three life cycle methods. Remember, the life cycle methods will come always for the MCQs. Okay. So here it is prefixed with what? The JSP. JSP init, JSP service, JSP destroy. Yes. Now, the pure theoretical part, people you just check out. That is why skipping some slides. I will train you based on practical stuff only. Okay. That you need to study. Hmm? So, the main difference between the advantage of JSP or servlets. Okay. So, extension to a servlet, not an extension to servlet. That's why all the JSP files are compiled, converted. JSP is easy to maintain. Whereas servlets is bit complicated. So why it is complicated, people? Because we are selling so many platforms. Similarly, the plain SQL is very mobilization, the SQL Java, the class, using that and our problem is not. Just complicated. Redeploy, the code needs to be recompiled. What is this people? Code needs to be recompiled. Anytime you make changes or modification, the server needs to be restarted. That is why when there is no need to redeploy or recompile, what happens? The execution will be fast. Let's code the servlet, but in servlets we have a more code compared to JSP. Yes. So, what are the elements of a JSP file? What is the JSP file consists of? The first is the static content. What is static content, people? What is static content? HTML. Okay. Next, we have directives. So, when I talk about directives, this is a page directives, include directives, and tag libs. Okay. The page directive means you are specifying which language you are using, which version you are using, and which Java. Okay. So, this will be all JSP tags and some of this and with this. Here, you might find some extra. Okay. So, attributes, this directives, directives will have at the red symbol. But we are starting to serve a taxon. Okay. So, here we are giving page attributes. What is that? The attributes required for the JSP page. Okay. Which language you are using? I'm using Java language. What is the proper size descriptor of this particular page? You can buy it more. Okay. Any JSP page you have directives, page directives, intro directives. Can you get this? What is intro directive? Very long in color. What is intro directive? What? Just look at this is one file. Correct? So how many files are included here? How many files are included here? Included. I'm only talking about included. One or two? Two. Exactly. We have a header and we have a footer. It's a main. Is that? Main. Getting right and everything included. So my file name is what? For example, index.js. My file name is index.js. This file name is index.js. The actual content is here. The actual content is here. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to include header footer. That is the reason why you use it. Include directive. What is web application? What is the website? Collection of web pages. What is website? A web application is created. Is fixed. I have one more page. One more page, the second page. Here also you will have the footer. But this content will change. So instead of writing that header and footer in each individual basic page, that is the reason you are using include directors. We also use like okay, this is later. There are something called as expressions. This is called as Java expressions. All these are Java code. It is the form of Java. Java. Expression is going on. Like this. A plus B, for example. C is equal to A plus B. It's a arithmetic expression. C is equal to A plus B. It is an expression. Like that also. All Java expressions are just using at the red symbol for expressions will have equals. Next, we have scriptlets. Next, we have scriptlets. Scriptlets is a pure Java code. Scriptlet is a pure Java code. The value is Java log. So expressions will be basically 1, 2, or 3 lines. But scriptlets will be what? 10 lines based on writing a Java block. So here we don't have anything. This is a pure server tag. I mean, this is angular brackets and percentage. Next, you have declarations. Declarations. They are not singular. They are not singular. Declaration. Declaration function. All the things you bring there. Declaration function. Declaration. All these things you bring there. Declaration. What is scriptlet? It's a pure Java block. Scriptlet is a pure Java. So expression is will be in this. Okay. Expression will be in this. Will be having expression in this. Scriptlets only with this. And you have not operator. So what we can do in declarations? Int a is equal to 10. Int a is equal to string a equal to 8. Similarly, we have actions. Similarly, we have actions. Okay, here also we already use forward and include. Plus, we can use the plugins that being tagged. So we are looking only into the forward and include. So the previous include now value comes directly. This is based on action. Action is what? Reduce on include or from going to one Jsp-Jakarta to another Jsp-Jakarta. This is what. So everything here is written in the form of tags. Everything is written in the form of tags. Just look here. This is the page directory. This is the page directory. Page language called Java. Next, what is this, people? What is this? Static. That's a static component. Is it not? It's just simple. This is also static. What is this? Again, static. And within you, just look at what is it? Expression. Is it nothing but expression? So just look there how they are combining the HTML and JSP tags. How they are combining the HTML and JSP tags, and you write in the code. Hmm? They're using the calendar class of Java to display the month and year. Okay, calendar. There is a calendar class in core Java. So they're using that to display the month and year. Hmm? And just look here. If they're using the Java scriptlet, here is a scriptlet. So within that, you're getting a Java. Hmm? Again, just look here. What is this? Static. Again, scriptlet. Okay. If it is AM, then it should display good morning. Else it should display good afternoon. All those things. In the end, just look here. We are include page directive. It will include what? Copyright file.html. Yesterday in servlet, which we included? What is the file name? Links.html. We included what? Links.html on the top. That's where getting clicking on profile servlet all that part. Similarly, at the end of the page, we are including a file called as, it is what? This is a footer. Is it? Footer. So just look at people. The JSP directives. So starting from here, so here, it's a JSP directive. Starting from here, is a JSP directive. Okay, so what are you doing? What are the methods with? It's a very language here. Because something like that. So language, language. Language is what? Java. What is the next language? Import. So we have Java, Java. Because below on the page, you may use scriptlets or Java code, which might use what? JDBC, RMI, or util. So this is where how we need to import. In servlets and core Java, how we are importing? Import java.io like that. But here it should be given within the page icon, this format. SP page has a buffer memory by default as 12 KB every page. If you want, you can increase. Okay, that's a standard. Keep it like that only. Auto flush equals to error page. Just look at error page equals error.js. In case while executing this JSP file, if there is an error, it will automatically redirect to, there is one error.jsp file. Okay, there is one error.jsp file. Packages in a web application, many of those 100 packages, there is an error, it will redirect to which file? So that also we can do. Okay. So this is multiple heads, and after that we have heads. After that we have a head, then body, and we have a H1. We have a H1 tag. This consists of only static. Okay, static content. This is how we can include the other files. This is the syntax of the JSP expression. So what will be the output of this code? This code will display the today date. And how we are writing that? The form of expression. Okay. So this will be evaluated. This is the expressions will be what? Evaluated. Expressions will be evaluated and displayed. If I just say like this, instead of this, I just say equals 10 plus 20. What will it display? 30. It will display 30. Like that. Hmm? We're closing the paragraph body at HTML. This is how we are writing an expression. The next is, yeah, these are the few more examples of the, okay, there's a mistake. 1 minute. Scriptlet. In scriptlet, now you can write a series of Java code. The scriptlet. Starting from here to there. Okay. So here you can just look it up. What is this? Out dot println. We're just printing the IP address. Request dot get remote. So here the out of you can see under this code. I will declare anywhere out as we did in servlet? No. So these are by default loaded by the JSP container or a web container. Yeah. What is the output of this code? This is steplet. What is the output of this code? Okay, tell me. It's a loop. Okay. So what is the first it will display? What display for the first time? What is the first output? Next. Till only till 4. Then 6. Okay. I will put up 1. After for second time. What is K? K is similar, right? 0 plus 1. Then again 2. 1 plus 2, 3. Right. Again 4. After that, after 4 it is 5 or 6. After 2 it is 3 or 4. After 1 is 3. Plus is 0 plus 1 yes, like that it goes on. Is it not? Why? Because we are printing the value of K. Not directly printing the value of I. Okay, that's fine. What is this? Scriptlets. It's a Java code, pure Java blocks. Yes. Declarations. How we are defining declarations in JSP? Huh? You can just see this one. And you just remember now. So declare variable add ABC. What is that? We're declaring what? Object. We're declaring a object of type circle. We're declaring object of a type circle. Like this. So whatever we learned in Java, we are implementing here. Yeah, this is one more scenario. We define a method under declaration. We define a method under declaration. What is it? It's a method to find a factorial of a number. It's a method to find a factorial of a number. You can just see what is the factor of a number is. So how we are calling that? In this one, what is that? Expression equals fact of 10. We are calling a function called as fact and you are passing what? 10. You'll find the factorial of number. Your methods are defined by declaration tag, and while calling, you need to call with the help of expression. What is the output? The factorial of number is return the factorial of 10 and display that like this. Yesterday, all the solid programs executed. Everyone? Huh? Sure. Yes, people. I'll just show you how to create a JSP files. Okay. So where will you place the cursor? Always place your cursor under shop stop. Okay. So it's a web content. It will go to the web content folder automatically. Hmm? So I'll right click on shop stop, new JSP file. You can just look here. Now we are creating JSP file. Yes. So you can just look at this by default going to web app. By default it's going to web app. So I'll just give as usual hello. I'll give the file name as hello. My file is created. JSP file is created. What is it? An HTML page. It's a HTML page. What is this? It's a page attribute. It's a page attribute. It's a page attribute. Is it not? So what it tells? The content type. Text slash HTML, character set, page encoding, all those things. And language. Language equals Java. So first of all, try to change the title. Okay, always try to change the title. Hello world JSP. So what I'm trying to do now, I'll be adding the static content. I'll be adding the static content. Hmm? So I'll add the static content. So now I'll add the dynamic content. Now I'll add the dynamic content. Okay. So I need to declare. I'll just try to declare the variables. Okay. I'll first, as usual, I'll do the perform addition of two numbers. I'll try to write a code to perform addition of two numbers, for example. Okay. So for I need to declare variables, is it not? So I need to declare within this particular code tags. Okay. So what is that? Int a is equal to 10, comma b is equal to 20, comma c. I declared the variables. Yes. So next, what should be which tag I need to process it? I need to write a code to add that numbers. So what I need to write? We can write a scriptlet or I can write a expression. I can write a expression. Okay. So here I'll just put H2. Just look, I'm just how I combine the static content and the dynamic content. Hmm? The addition is. So now what I'll write? Expression. What is that? A plus B. A plus B. So I don't require actually what? I don't require C. If you have written the same thing using scriptlet, then I would have required C. I could have written the same thing with the help of scriptlet. So we have a static content and we are just trying to display the this part. Okay. Similarly, I can just try to display the date. Today's date. So that's all. Hmm? So we have a dynamic content with this, with this. This also is there, and here we are just trying to add numbers. Okay. So run on server. Okay, output. My first JSP page, the addition of two numbers. The addition is 30. 10 and 10 plus 20 is 30. Correct? So directly I'm just trying to run this. Okay. Now I'll add a scriptlet, people. I'll add it directly. Scriptlet. We can also write directly scriptlet. Hmm? So I can just say int I is equal to int I. Okay. So I'll just write a for loop. I is equal to 1 to 10 I plus plus. So just look here. I'm not again running again. I'm just trying to come here and refresh. Why? JSP pages will not be recompiled after making modification. So displaying the numbers from 1 to 10. So print ln for the next line will say, yeah, I'm getting space. 1 minute. Yeah. So I'm using break, so it's coming in separate line. Instead of that, I'll keep it like that only as I did previously. So in the same line. So what is this? Displaying numbers from 1 to 10. Okay. Similarly, the factorial part. For example, they're talking about factorial here. The factorial part. Okay. After declaration of a variable, I'll just okay. Here only I can add. I think yeah. All of this separate. So just look here, people. along with the declaration of a variable. Now, in the next line, I'll just define a method. Define a method. What is this? This is a declaration tag. This is a declaration tag. Hmm? Here I am defining a method. So just try to call it. We'll just try to call it. So here I'll just try to call it fact of 10. So I'm just trying to find the factorial of 10. What is factorial of 5? 120. Is it not? Factorial of 5 is 120. So it's displaying here. So like that, we are supposed to create a user inter UI here. So we can just give this body background, all those things. We can implement CSS and we can make it still better. Okay. So now we'll do one more example. How the static content and the dynamic content are embedded or they are merged together to write a code, JSP code. Okay. So I'll just create one more JSP file. So right click on shop stop, new JSP colors. I'll just create a JSP file called as colors. So here also I'll just make it as colors. Yeah, just look here. When you download the file from the cloud, do not copy everything. So just copy from here now. Only this part. Whatever we want, nah, only that part you copy. Don't copy, control and paste it in your file. So, yeah, here, what they're telling here is one more thing, people. Declaration you always give within head section. Declaration you always give in the head section of HTML file. The previous example I gave in body, is it not? Instead of that, any declaration of variables and methods, nah, you always give it in which one? Head section. So just look here. Here, after title, I'm declaring an array of names. I'm declaring an array with a name, names. So what does it as? The colors. It has the colors. Okay, this array has a colors. Everyone listen here. Last bench. What are you guys doing? Huh? Next, I have some code in the body. Okay. And we have a table tag. We have a table tag and I have a loop. Okay, and I have a BG color given to the table rows. So first I'll execute and show the output. Then I'll explain. Getting this output. I designed a table and I given a background color based on the array names you defined there on the top, right? So BG color equals what? The color names which are defined in a arrays. But that is fine here. But just look here, people, how we are writing the code in JSP. I mean to say the HTML plus the Java stuff. So declaration is here in the head section. It's an array with the name names. What we have? Colors. we have colors. Now just look here. We all know HTML and what is this table to display tabular format. Okay. What is TH? Table heading. You can just see a table heading. It's only one column table. TH name. Now we are putting what? Scriptlet. I'm just putting a scriptlet and I have only one TR. TR means what? Table row. Base. So how many rows will be created? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The array, this for loop is running from 0 to the length of the array. The size of a array means 7 rows it will create. It will create 7 rows. So just look here. After th, we are putting a scriptlet. Why? Because I require a for loop. The for loop is written with the scriptlet. Next, I'm opening the tr, the table row. What is td? The table data. So what should be the td? This is the content. Where is it? This is the actual content of the table data. Why it is coming? What actually the table data is coming? Khaki, aqua, green, yellow, crimson. All these are coming now. How it is coming? Because of this. What is this? Expression. And what is it pointing to, guys? Names of I means what? Array contents. It is pointing to array contents. Because of loop, each time it will display the contents of the different contents of the array. So TDBG color equals names of I. So what is this? It will give a background color. It will give the background color. BG color equals names of I. What is that? So this array is used for two purposes. One to display the TD, table data, the content. Okay. Another case for background color. So here what we are used? Expression. And you are using scriptlet. Now just look here. Just for closing that for loop brace. Again, you need to understand how we need to merge the static code and the dynamic code. Okay. So now what is the use of Java? To generate a dynamic code, is it not? It is reading the content from which one? Array. So I'll just add one more color, for example. So after pink, I'll add one more color. Which one? Black. So it will go until now 8. The loop will run how many times? 8 from 0 to 7. Like that. It's already white now. Again, what you're doing white. Like this. Got it, people? So this is an example where you need to check out how we are combining the script, this Java plus HTML. Java plus HTML. Okay. So just create a JSP file. One more JSP file, for example. Copyright. Are you hungry? Okay, now just look here. Copyright, I'll not create as a JSP. Why? Because I want to just display plain text. The copyright is basically used to display what? A plain text. So I'll not create as a JSP file. When you want to create a display plain text, simply make it as a HTML. Simply make it as a HTML. So new HTML file, copyright. Yes, people, just listen here. I just added the actually for copyrights. So just listen here, people. So we already have this one HTML file. Okay, I'll have this HTML file. So it is displaying this. Hmm? Yeah, I'll make it center. Two. So we just want a normal HTML file. I just want to include that in the other files. I just want to include that in all the files whichever I create. So what I need to add? What I need to add? Include. I need to add the include directory. I need to add the include directory. Okay. File equals copyright list. So I'm just going to now the colors.jsp. I'm just adding this. Include file equals copyright.html. Yeah, I need to change the size of the what is that? Copyright. That's a problem. Okay. Yes, listen here, people. So actually this file is colors.jsp. In this we have included what? The content are copyright.html. Okay. So I just added the style for that copyright because it was taking the whole page, is it not? So I just added the style. So I've given the height as 100 pixels, all those things, align center. So that is why the actual content will be only this much. So this is the copyright.html. So now we are just trying to implement that in which one? colors.jsp. I'm just trying to include. So how did we do that? Just by adding in the colors.jsp, the include directive. The include directive. Same, I'll just copy and just go to hello.jsp, the previous one you created. Huh? Here also I'll just add the first program you created. Hmm? So hello world. So I'm just adding only footer. Similarly, you can have what? Header. So all those things. Clear? Yes. So I'll be sharing more files because we know Java and we know. Hmm? So I'll be sharing many files. Okay, maybe 15 30 more than that. Okay, and don't blindly copy and do other things. And I find still people are not strong even to create and apply. So some can confidence in what I to laminate and they say, when you do this, I try to